Welcome to the chopping block, everyone. We're the Anti-Elitist Society. I'm Gage. That's Morgan. We don't care.
Yeah.
I'm Will.
And I'm Philmar. What was that, Morgan?
This is only my brainchild. Okay.
Okay.
So we got some topics in,
I
right?
think you were the only one to announce that you had two topics to actually talk about.
Well, one of them is
I know
a more
topic.
serious topic. Phil knows the second one. I talked to him about it. He said it was golden, but we'll do that one kind of at the end for fun.
Okay. So, in light of recent events not telling anyone beforehand, you want to just jump right in or explain what you have first?
I'll do the actual topic first.
Okay.
So I'm going to talk about doxing, and I figured, because there's no right and wrong answers with what I wanted to bring up. But I was watching this video on the Amazing Atheist, and someone was calling him a hypocrite for letting this guy come onto his video. It's called Atheism Unstoppable, and the guy's name is Devin. Mm-hmm. Now, he's not particularly a doxer. He doesn't just go show everyone, just release everyone's information.
Right.
But he does, if someone calls him out and tries to, doxes him, which he's pretty open with his information, or does something to harass him, he'll reveal their name.
Now,
he doesn't give out personal information like their address and stuff, but he'll reveal what their name is, so that to remove the anonymity, so that they can't just if you're gonna call me out and you're gonna be a dick, you can do it to my face. And so and people are like, how could you support that, TJ? And he's like, I don't particularly support it, but he's not exactly just doxing everyone he hates. He's doing it. So I'm just bringing up situations where where I would perceive it might be okay. I'm not trying to say that it just straight up is objectively, because it's an opinion.
Right. Now, I have yet to hear the term doxing as you've.
I'm pretty new to it myself.
Now,
we
is
can
that just
explain more when we get into his topic.
Yeah. So I understand that kind of where you're coming from is the reveal of somebody's information and using them as an example.
Well, when people some YouTubers don't reveal their face, their name, where they live, or anything about them. We're pretty open about ourselves.
Yeah.
But and that's that's their privacy. And then sometimes especially with SJWs, if there's an atheist channel or a channel who attacks the different feminist Black Lives Matter community stuff, they get doxed a lot, and so people will reveal their personal information, find them, and then they'll go so far as to have a SWAT raid their house.
So should we just mark our channel for doxing right now before we get into this or something?
I don't give a shit. They can know who we are. What are they going to do?
I don't know, man, but it just seems like we're going to harp on a lot of people that a lot of people will find out.
Well, we're not calling any. I'm not trying to call any specific person out and say they're wrong or right.
Okay.
I'm just wanting us to express our own opinion.
Right.
And if we disagree, we debate on each other's arguments, not someone else. Not well, this piece of shit over here, huh? Fuck that guy for doing this. I just want to, just kind of know if it's the situation when it's okay to hit someone, right? You don't just go out and punch someone in the face,
Depends on
and
the
then when they
person.
start attacking you, see, I should have hit them because this is what they do.
Oh my god. Well,
but
that is the summation of this channel, everyone. If you didn't catch that,
well, no, it's just in context when things are okay and when they're not, especially extreme measures.
Right. Okay, I understand. Well,
So,
all right then.
but I don't want to get too deep into it yet until we get everyone else kind of announced what they're doing. So, Will.
Yes, I am bringing in a topic that I wanted to bring in for a while. People hating Obama for the wrong reasons. I think there are many reasons that you can hate him, and I think there are wrong reasons to hate him.
Now,
reasons that aren't important.
So are you coming onto this as an Obama supporter, or is it just sort of if you're going to hate someone, you should at least know why and have a good reason?
It is.
Not just I hate you because my dad hates you, and he said I should hate you too.
Yeah.
No,
okay,
I'm
well,
what's objectively saying, well, all right, you can hate him, but are the issues that you're hating him for actually important to the world around us?
Or
Very
true,
good,
or
very
existent?
Exactly.
I'm gonna like that topic.
Like that goes into a lot of the new stuff. Too.
I have the top 5 reasons sitting right in my hand of why. Well, it's not the top 5, but it's my favorite choice of 30 that I saw.
Holy crap!
To hate him or the wrong
to
reasons?
hate him, and they are just magic. I'll tell you that much. They are magical reasons.
And you got 30 of them?
But I won't. No, only 5. I only chose 5. 30 is a lot to write down.
You got like 5 pieces of paper there.
I got like 2, and that's because I planned to have 2, so I didn't have to constantly flip through them.
Oh shit! You got.
That's one thing I learned. Mm-hmm. What you're going in, that kind of goes in with a lot of things. Being indoctrinated into a mentality, right? Like that's how. I don't want to get into a religious topic again. But like that's like it's that like the. When you're a kid, you're raised to believe in God or believed into whatever. Right. And then, like, you have to, and then when you question it, your parents are like, no, don't question it.
Oh, yeah, I got that
Don't question what your parents think. And then, that goes in with a lot of Obama. Like, when I was a kid, I hated Obama because my mom and my dad didn't like Obama. Well, I don't know about my dad. My mom hated the shit out of Obama. She's like, fuck him, fuck his policies. Everything he stands for is satanic. And the only reason she hated him, she's not racist. The biggest reason she hated him was because in Left Behind, the president was black. And it's like, this is the mark of the end of the world. I was like, oh my god, you're religious as hell.
Holy shit.
So I convinced her that's stupid. She's like, yeah, no, it's dumb.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no shit, isn't it?
Let's just be...
So that's my topic. Let's explore what Phil's topic is.
This week I won't get as enraged because... I've come to realize a lot of people have agreed with me. This week I'm mainly just going to talk about just controversial reboots and remakes that have been going on lately. What the fans have had to say. My point being, the executives, they aren't fucking trying as hard as they should be to make a legitimately good product. Ghostbusters reboot recently, and I will. Before we get into that subject later, all I have to say is I haven't seen it yet, but from what I hear, it's average. Morgan here enjoys it. Like I said, we'll go into it.
Yeah, it's one of those kind of hit-and-miss movies.
Yeah, but the thing...
Very heavily opinion-based movies.
But it's not but it's not necessarily the movie itself. It's mainly the executives and Sony behind it, as well as I guess it's going to tie in with everyone else's, but my thoughts on Suicide Squad. My thoughts and
saw that in IMAX, bitch.
That might have affected my bias towards it. I think
that was a dick move when we all went to Suicide Squad. By the way, Phil.
Me?
Making a fucking scene in the theater on Hayden's birthday.
I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, you made it all about you attention whore.
What the hell did you do? I don't even remember this.
Well, we were all trying to sit down, and Phil's standing up this is dumb. I don't want to sit this close. I'm going up there, and everyone's staring at us.
Oh yeah,
and I was like, Phil, this is not about you. This is technically about Haley. We're here for her. She wanted to sit here.
And by the way,
I didn't know that. I did not know these seats were reserved. If I knew they were reserved,
yes.
Wait, I never knew that.
I was actually getting ready to just not be friends with you at that moment in time and just get up and hit you.
Holy shit!
I was I just want to sit and watch the movie. I'm over it. I'm over it. Okay, I'll admit it's an unreasonable thought at the time. But I was just angry. I'm just letting you know.
Let's get on to Gage's topic. Gage, go ahead.
All right. So recently, I've been hearing a lot about Jared Leto's performance of the Joker and how it hasn't been that great. According to sources I hear at work and what a quick Google search that I read online, I think a week ago, and right now I think that's a bit of a lame topic. But we'll just go over the Jokers in general and what I think the critics expected from it. Because what I read on the wiki article was that critics don't believe Jared Leto is doing this and this and this because of this reason. And we'll get into that later, but that's my topic. We'll touch base on other things too. So,
all right, so we're just gonna get into it then.
Who wants to start?
I feel like mine's the shortest.
Yours and
about medium length.
Yours and mine tie in, so we could probably use yours as a segue. Or mine.
I can do mine first, unless you want to go first, Morgan.
I'll just go first. We started in this sort of order, so I'll just go first.
All right, clockwise.
So, with the doxing, I mean, would you say it's okay to reveal people's information online?
I feel like you need consent to be able to do that. Obviously, you're not going to go to a lot of people. If you reveal just their name, Do you know actually how many Gage Grovins there are in the United States?
Probably a lot.
There's a lot.
That's his name.
I think isn't there like a utility store just down the road from here called Grovins or something like that?
I believe it's Grovers.
Grovers,
but,
okay.
You can easily mistake the N for an R if you just scribble away a little bit of the letter.
There's a Muppets character named Grover.
Yeah.
Any relation?
The Grove is just Grover, Grovin. That's like
Obviously, you're not going to go to thousands of people or even 100
Isn't that
people.
German? Like a German...
German
grammar, I guess.
Here we go. No, it's actually very Norwegian, and let me get into this just a second. The only reason we got our last name is because we were the family of the city known as Grove. We were so-and-so of Grove. My great-great-aunt and other two great aunts were like Inga and Faya from Grove, so they became Inga Groven, Faya Groven. That's
nice.
The only reason we have our last name. And we were horse thieves. Going on.
Horse thieves?
Yeah. Anyways, proceed. So,
I actually know a horse thief.
We're not going to, what was that word you said? I'm sorry.
Dox.
We're not going to dox that guy.
It's just a family friend. He used to steal horses from Nevada and sell them.
Oh my god.
Apparently there's this weird legal loop you could get in that if you move them and do all these things, it's not illegal.
It's a horse.
You can just take the horses and sell them.
Oh, wow.
So yeah,
I don't need to dox him. He's fine.
He doesn't give a shit. I'm not going to say it, but he doesn't care.
He's Cash Sullivan.
But yeah, so I don't know. Like, obviously, if you make a YouTube video, you're going to get a lot of nasty comments, people who disagree with you.
There's always going to be haters.
But I think to a certain extent, when someone just harasses you and wants to go out of their way to make your life, like, just try to ruin your life, or not even ruin it. It's hard to ruin someone's life on the internet, for like in all reality.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going to harass them and like make a big deal and get people to join in on you, I don't know. It may not be morally the right thing to do to reveal their name, but be like, look, everyone, here's this fucker right here.
Here's this hater.
The least he can do is show his damn face. You know? Especially if you yourself aren't a private, like us, we don't hide our faces or identities. We don't really reveal it, but we just, like, if someone found us, we'd be like, do something. Do something. We're in Idaho.
The only
you
reason,
can't, like, you can find anyone in Idaho.
If anyone's going to comment on this video saying, hey, why aren't these guys showing their face? The only reason we don't do that is because it's a lot easier to upload a video that's one picture and have it be audio.
And lazy.
Plus, we don't really.
We're lazy.
We don't all have camera faces either.
Two of us are fat neckbeards. The other two have moppy hair.
I'm beautiful.
Only one of us is fuckable.
We'll get into that later. Moving on.
We'll definitely get into that.
But I mean, like, me and Phil and Gage, we've all talked about doing like actual videos with just us in it. Phil already does.
Yeah.
Will, he just, you know, he's Will. He only shows up for the podcast. He doesn't do anything else.
Sorry.
Going off what you said.
The rest of you.
Going off what you said, I do feel like people, like I said, they're always going to be haters, but especially if you do something like video where it's probably one of the most critiqued things out there anymore.
Yeah.
You're probably going to receive more haters than people who like your channel. And it's really hard to start up that way.
Yeah.
Unless you do something that's just either outrageously funny or...
I really don't care if people hate us, though. It's like, you guys are stupid, you rip-offs. Like, yeah, we rip off of everyone we know.
Yeah.
Name them, we've seen them, and we're stealing from them. Fuck you. What are you going to do about it, huh? We're not profiting off this.
I think when it comes to
it's true.
doxing, the internet is the last wild, wild west that exists anywhere in the world.
Yeah, it's like
where anything
frontier
goes,
almost.
basically. There's no real police of the internet. It doesn't exist. Like,
did you ever see that one video, the whole, where that girl, she made some stupid video, she's
Yeah.
like 13, and like, she's like, her dad's like, the internet police are coming after you. Everything's about to change.
Yeah, exactly.
It was freaking hilarious.
I think
it's like this dumb 13-year-old girl's like talking about like she's gonna put a Glock and make a brain smoothie out of you. Like she's like trying to be gangster, and everyone just trolled her for days.
Yeah.
It was, and like if you read up on the comments, they're pretty savage. And like the dad, she was crying, like, you guys ruined my life. I was just joking. And the dad's like, the internet cops or the internet, like he made some dumb illiterate comment, like the internet polices or something stupid.
Oh.
They're coming for you. They got your private information. You're all gonna go to jail.
Oh my god.
So, but when it comes to doxing, because it is the wild, wild west, there are no consequences to what you say. So if I went and made a video and I said Morgan's a fucking retard, nothing would happen.
Everyone named Morgan
there
would be
wouldn't
offended.
any consequences because nobody knows who I am. But if they find out who you are, if you get a large following of people and they see who you are and they know who you are, then that can become a problem.
Well, then you put a face to the name and they know who to target now.
Exactly. You're basically, if you dox someone like that, you're creating a target. I don't know whether or not that's right. If you put your information out there, it's free game. Doesn't matter.
Like,
if you are trying to intentionally
there's
make
some
sure
context,
you're not revealed,
I believe that if you're gonna put yourself out there in general, there's like in any field, any regards, there's gonna be potential consequences that are negative, and you can't just sit there and complain about it. You know, well, it's not fair. Society's fault. You know, nothing I do. Like I failed because someone else didn't like me. Like no, you failed because you suck at it.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
And
true.
people don't like, and like, so when, especially on the internet, now I don't think that, like, because there's YouTubers who got doxxed and I like them, and I'm like, that's not cool, because they didn't do much of anything. But, like, I'd be fine with it if they just got doxxed, right? Like you just, but some people go so extreme as to call the police and, like, pretend that they did something so there's a SWAT raid on the house. You know, you're really fucking with them in real life.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're that angry at them, that shows stupidity and terrible characteristics on your part. That's you being an asshole. If you disagree with someone, debate with them. Don't be like Gage and threaten to break things and kill everyone.
There was one StarCraft game. Goddamn.
Oh, you don't even know half the things, Gage, that you do.
Anyway, there's a YouTuber actually who got his name is Toby Turner. He got
Rape
allegations.
I don't think it's true. I don't know much about it. I'm like, he doesn't seem like a rapist. I mean, I guess a lot of rapists don't seem like rapists.
I watched the.
But he's a pretty high-profile guy.
I watched the Frank. What's his name? Franco.
Filthy Frank?
Philip DeFranco or something like that. Yeah, Philip DeFranco. He does something where he thought he believed that Toby was a substance abuser and also got around. So the Toby we're seeing on screen may not be the Toby we know in real life.
I feel like any rape allegations may be the whole I consented, but the next morning I regretted it, so I said it was rape.
That
happens way too often. That's stupid. Like once so is way too often. 100,000 times is just even more way too often.
You know, I'm a guy who
rapes kids.
What the fuck, man? That's what you're trying to say. Okay, I'm a guy who would like a one night stand or something like that, or will be okay with it. I am scared to death now to do it because I'm like, what the hell? Who is this girl? And what's she gonna do to me afterwards? So I'm just like, you know what? Might as well just play it in the relationship, okay? If it goes south, then people know you've been together for so long, and you know that they know you well enough. You're not gonna do something like that. You can get away with it.
Get a girl who's like Haley, my fiance.
Get a girl who cares.
Does not support feminism in any way.
Oh shit! Really?
Hates it.
Haley, is that true? What? Is that true?
Hate women.
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah, she hates the shit out of women.
I don't know if you could hear that, but she's in the other room, and she said yes.
So yeah.
And I did not know that she's your fiance.
Yeah, I know. Oh,
What?
Yeah.
You guys didn't know that.
I know. I think I just told Gage in secret at some point in time, but
I thought you guys were hitched beforehand.
I thought we told everyone. Regardless, it doesn't matter. It's not that big of news, okay?
Congratulations. Okay, we're good.
All right, on to the next. No, but in regards, like, when you we're all out of high school. Will finally. Oh, fucking super senior over here. No, but like when the whole like you make fun of people behind their back.
Sure.
And people try that, and I'd go like, "Is there something funny about me?" You have to say they're just like, "No."
It's a lot of funny, I guess.
Will knows full well. And actually, all of you probably know. I make fun of people right to their face.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I don't hold back.
The only thing that keeps me from coming over here is usually the food's free.
But and it's at the same terms. Like, there's no. Like with the whole internet, like this, like there is no law but the law of the land.
Not even that.
The only thing you have is your word on the internet. And
might as well dish it out.
Well, you might as well be a little honorable,
Oh, sure, yeah.
Back your words up with your own identity at least.
Not just sink or swim. You gotta actually try.
I mean, if someone like just said you're an asshole, like just a dumb comment. But if someone like was consistently like making shitty arguments at me, like I'm gonna fucking kill you. I called the cops. I got your information. I'll be like, here's this bitch right here. This is his name. Come say that to me face to face. What?
But it was that 14-year-old girl acting all gangster on you, huh?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna turn Morgan to bring smoothie.
I'm gonna bring a Glock to your house and blow your brains out, bitch.
Oh man.
I'll have to find that video. She's like it's like one of the most cringeworthy videos. Like, oh my god, you're.
It's not fake though, is it? Is it?
No.
It's not trolling.
There's another dumb girl.
Even if it was, the trolls are real.
There's another video I saw of a dumb girl. It's even more cringeworthy. She talks about the 5 languages of the world. She's like, did you know there's over 5 languages in the world? There's Americanish, Britannish, Canadianish, and like some other things. Like, all we need is Americanish. It's the prettiest language with the prettiest letters.
It's not the prettiest
language.
What? No.
You talking about English? The word, British is pretty. I'm pretty sure it would be considered English by law. Yeah, just proper English.
Are you sure?
The Americanese speak American.
Are you sure she didn't do?
But I mean, if someone's back to the topic, if someone's calling you out, I mean, and you decide to reveal them, I mean, I'd say. Contextually, it should be fine.
What Will said, honestly, if you're gonna dish it out there, you're gonna say something, even if you don't. I feel like if you know somebody who doesn't like to hold back information, you should be prepared on what you say and how you say it, and be like,
especially if you're well known for doing it. Like,
sure.
Like, I can't believe you did that. I did it to like 5 other people before.
What do you think? I never share things with you because no one's end up here.
Ooh, that's what I was trying to say. It's the wild. There are no consequences, basically, to whatever you do. Being doxxed is one of the only consequences that actually exist.
I think there are consequences. The consequence, like you say something stupid and people are gonna fucking yell at you and like call you a fucking idiot.
Those aren't consequences. You know what you can do? You can just plug out the Ethernet cord and bam, they don't exist anymore.
So it goes with like people say like, oh, freedom of speech is not freedom of consequences. You go out and say something really racist, you're gonna get someone who's pissed off about that and gonna come, do something about it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's like the consequence of reaction. People are gonna react to it.
I feel like they should use that on the first.
But yeah, no, like you can't, like you can pretty much say whatever you want, and like nothing actually bad is really gonna happen to you.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
But like
you could do basically anything.
But if someone says something you disagree with and you dox them and you fuck with them, that's bad. I would like you should never do that. But if your information's already out there, or someone puts your information out there, they're fucking free game.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Call of the Wild right there,
If we have already seen your real name, then...
That's actually like an excellent segue into what you're going to talk about, Will.
Oh, yeah. Should we get on the line?
Yeah, let's go on to Will's.
Like hating people for the wrong reasons.
All right, well, let me get out my little facty fact paper. 2 papers. You hear that? That's facts.
No, it's facts.
I did research.
Those are facts.
It took me all of 10 minutes.
Yes! I am prepared for this.
I drew a picture.
All right. I was born for this day.
And then copy my own picture on the other paper.
I'm just as prepared as Donald Trump's daughter.
I took a picture of me posing sexually in front of the camera with some rose petals and a fire.
Can that please never
happen?
Corduroy
I don't want that happening. All right. So,
and only a leaf covering my genitals.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What are you, Adam?
Oh. Adam and Eve.
I was thinking of the campaign movie with Will Ferrell and Zach Galifianakis.
Oh God, yes.
I want to see that so bad.
I seductively approved this message. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry.
So,
Please,
all right. So what
please,
I was
please.
going to say is, what I have brought in is people hating Obama for the wrong reasons. When I say that, I'm not saying that you shouldn't hate him. I think there are plenty of reasons to hate him, and I will outline it. That's what's on the second page of my two-page research.
That page is 2 lines
So-
filled out. Yeah, really looking for
The rest of it's right here.
You skip
like-
lines.
it's
It's
like
like look
three
for
break.
Break all of 10
And 1
minutes. He
fourth.
doesn't have the time.
Okay, so I went and I've heard people hating Obama. Are you right? All right, fine, whatever. But I hear it a lot, and the issues that people hate him for are what I would call a non-issue or a non-starter. These are things
Or a
that
lie.
don't fucking matter. They don't matter, even if they are true. They still don't matter. So here it is. I went to a website. It's called Town Hall. The thing reeked of right-wing political news site, and I was like, this might be a biased research, but I was like, but these are the people I'm trying to figure out. these are the ones making the claims.
A digital picture image had a smell. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, it just reeked of it. And I went and I looked through the sources that they provided. And every one of them was like rightwing.com, Town Hall, or like
Whoa.
Fox News.
Was like the number
third
one
Whoa.
Who'd have guessed? Fox News.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, they never report
It
on
was
that.
quick as shit. No.
Fox,
so
go Fox
I'm
yourself.
gonna read you off.
Was
the
was
first.
the number one reason him being a dirty liberal?
No. You would be surprised.
Okay.
Okay, number one. This is the number one. It was ranked 1 to 30, and unless 30 is 1, I don't think so. I think 1 is 1. So here we are. Here it is, word for word. Nobody but an ass would say, I'm at least, or what is it? It's very rare that I'm not the most, like the 5th or 6th most important person in the room.
You can't even read your own writing.
Shut
what I
up,
took away
Gabe.
from that.
Shut up. Let me read it one more time.
I know you have a computer.
All right.
You could have typed this out.
I didn't have a printer. I had to write it. Okay. Nobody but an ass would say, it's very rare that I come into the room where I'm not the 5th or 6th most interesting person. That's word for word. Their number one issue with Obama is that apparently he's a pompous ass. But here's the thing.
Okay,
He's the leader of the free world.
he is the
He's
president.
supposed to be an ass.
If
Welcome
you walk
to
into
a-
when you're the president, aren't you always the most important person in the
Yeah.
room?
Yeah, he's the
I
leader
mean,
of
if
the
you
free
die,
world.
a lot of shit
Yeah.
hits the fan.
Yeah.
That's a play on words. Isn't Obama a Democrat? He should be a donkey, right?
Yeah, I don't think Town Hall is clever enough to make that joke.
Very
I
good.
don't think so.
Very good.
I looked at it and
one
it
point
looked
I want to make
really
real quick
bland.
with the Obama hating
Yeah.
is people will make things up about him.
Oh
Sure.
yeah, I got one of those
Like,
on
one
here
thing
too.
is, so I was arguing with my stepdad, and I can't remember. I think we were talking. It was for the new president, so I can't remember what it was, but we were talking about Obama, right? Yeah, like he led into Obama. I didn't give a shit, but he's like Obama increased the debt, like he made it go up even faster, and he brought us from billions to trillions. And I was like, well, that's just fucking wrong. So I looked up the net debt we had in 2007 before he was elected. We were well into the trillions.
Yeah, we were.
We were already up
And if you look at it,
like-
like we went the inclination of our debt slowed. So he didn't bring it down, but he brought the rate down, so it wasn't going up so fast.
Yeah.
I got to give him that, and like
Sure.
he did help with some jobs, like Our unemployment rate was insane, and now he
Our
did
economy
set us
has
in the path where it was
generally-
getting fixed.
Our economy has generally improved since Bush at the very start of his presidency.
Okay, you know what? It's not hard to beat Bush.
Yeah.
You could be
No, it's not.
You could be fucking Hitler doing the same exact thing, and you're like, well, at least we're not goddamn Bush right now.
The only thing is 6 million people. That's it. Started a
You know,
war.
we're getting a lot of free labor.
So number 2 on this list. So 1 was ridiculous, right? It's
Very.
probably one of the least ridiculous on this list.
Okay,
Okay, so I want to preface this next one. Do you know what libel law is? Libel law is if I went on the internet and I said that Gage was homo and I posted a video of him having sex with someone. that would be libel law, because I would be slandering him or posting something that would otherwise not be in the good of the public. You could basically sue me for it.
Okay.
So, now, what most news sites do is if they report on a rumor and they don't want to get sued for it, what they'll do is they'll say, maybe he might do this.
Oh, shit.
And so they cover themselves. So number 2, he is a former, maybe, and this is all in parentheses right here, maybe, who really knows. For end of the parentheses. See how they little preface that little section right there, just so they don't get sued. And they're like, he's a coke snorting pothead.
I'm pretty sure they noticed.
And he governs in such a fashion. Do you see the level of journalistic integrity that we're dealing with? This is number 2 on the list of things you should hate Obama for. Number 2.
I wasn't expecting that at all.
Wasn't it great? I know.
Coke snorting pothead. I
had originally looked at the source and I was like, maybe I shouldn't use it and maybe it's too ridiculous. And then I looked on the next 2 sites. I'm like, wow, they're all like this. The next one's only different because it's 20 instead of 30. I know. Fuck, it's just insane.
Maybe. Who really knows? I think a lot of people fucking know, man. Jesus.
I know, but it's just like, why, though? Why?
That's like
why
making
hate him for that? And I'll get on to the other reasons why you should actually hate him. I'm going to present both sides on this.
That's like saying, who is the freaking Zodiac killer? I don't remember his name.
Ted Cruz.
No one knows.
Ted Cruz.
Oh, everyone thinks Ted Cruz is the Zodiac.
That's so fucking wrong.
I know, but it did
so
spawn a lot
funny.
of funny memes.
That was awesome.
It was like this one thing's like, what's your Zodiac? Ted Cruz sweating? What?
Oh, Jesus.
All right, it's
so
like saying Jesus maybe was God.
it's one thing. It's one thing to slander. It's another thing to be a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
I loved how
it's just
comical it
fucked,
was
dude.
with the whole Ted Cruz. Like, Ted Cruz is behind everything. He did everything bad in the world.
They did they showed
The Holocaust?
picture.
Ted Cruz was Hitler in his past life.
They showed a
Ted Cruz killed the dinosaurs. We don't know yet, but we think he did.
they showed a picture of that looked nothing like Ted Cruz next to Ted Cruz and time traveling myth confirmed. Ted Cruz, Zodiac killer. I'm like, what the hell? This is just nonsense.
You know what? I
just a
think Ted
joke.
Cruz is. He was in England and he led the slave trade. And, I think he started it.
Right.
So, I mean, if
Back
the
in,
black people really want to blame
16
someone,
something.
Ted Cruz has time traveling power, so he could have done everything wrong ever.
So, number 3 on my list. The rest of these will be really quick. I didn't want to put down too many good ones. Number 3, this is actually number 7 on the list.
For fear.
So, this number 7 is he once picked his nose on camera. Number
at the time.
Number 4, which is actually number 9. I can't read it.
Let me see it. I'll read it.
I don't know what I wrote. It's
It's
number
number
4.
9.
Terrible handwriting. I
That
was
sounds
in a
about-
hurry. I was getting it done. I didn't want to be writing. I hate
You
writing.
probably could have bookmarked.
Writing is garbage.
You could have bookmarked it on your smartphone. It's called.
Fuck it.
Okay.
It's called
This
smartphone.
is what I'm going to try and make out. He are utos once.
Fuck it.
Okay.
Lost it.
Wait, everyone's a fucking
Forget number 9. I wrote number
real
7.
fast.
Which one is the one?
I don't even know what I wrote.
Shouldn't even make
Well,
it
I
10
write
minutes.
sometimes in short script so that I can remind myself.
Yeah,
what it
no,
is,
there's
and
not
I'll
even
remember the
actual
whole phrase.
words. There's literally ATOS.
Yeah.
A toast.
I do.
Dude.
A toast.
Okay.
A toast to
Well,
your
all
horrible
right,
writing.
at least
Number 12. He looks like a pansy when he rides his little bike in mom jeans. Number 12 on this list. Number 13. He throws like a sissy.
Okay, the bike and the throwing has nothing to do with leading a country.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
Jesus.
what I'm dealing with when I'm trying to figure this shit out. Who cares?
You
Who
should-
cares?
you should
It's not
look
an
at
issue.
it.
Did you say you were
I
trying to
don't
look
give
up
a shit.
relevant reasons to not like him?
Yeah, and I have those too. Would you like to see those? Yes. Let us have some real reasons why you can actually not like Obama. And I'm not going to pick a side on this one. I'm not going to say whether or not he's good or bad. It's not the intent of this.
You should read ahead.
The intent
and
of
make
this
sure.
is to say that there are reasons that you should actually hate him. And the things I'm going to bring in are things that are concrete that I can actually look at. And what I chose was to look at his campaign promises from 2014 and 2008.
It's actually legible, right?
You know what?
I'm paying attention, aren't I?
Okay. All right. We'll see.
All right.
We'll
Here we
see.
go.
I won't know until I actually read it.
Should have read ahead, man. Is the subscript enough?
Okay.
Headline.
This is from PolitiFact, which is a really good source. If you're wanting to look anything up about a president, you look there. That's pretty unbiased. So, the number one, end the war in Afghanistan by 2014. That was his original campaign promise. He didn't end up doing it. We're still in Afghanistan, to my knowledge. He was going to do it on his timetable, but he ended up doing it on the Bush timetable.
I don't know how you
and then didn't even complete that.
I have no idea how you propose the plan for an end of a war.
Yeah, it's just, I'm assuming it's kind of just something he
It's
threw
a
out
war
there and
without
thought
an
that
end.
it might work.
Yeah, apparently they bought it.
Maybe.
The problem is with that, the whole stupid Afghanistan war is like, there's really no war, and it can't really end because, like, what, are you going to fight the population?
You're basically just a giant
It's about
ideology guerrilla
it's
war.
more dumb than Vietnam.
Yeah.
It's
so
more of a
much
lost
more.
cause. Because at least Vietnam, there was like
A north and a south.
there's a north and a south. We were fighting the south.
And there were rules.
No, we were
Yeah,
fighting
we
the north. We were in South Vietnam.
No, well, we were fighting. Okay, so yes and no. So yes, the south and the north. We were trying to bring democracy to the south because north had communism. But the Viet Cong in the south didn't want democracy, so they fought back. And that's the Vietnam War. We were trying to force it onto the south and fight the north at the same time. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if we were actually fighting the north.
We did. We did fight.
I don't.
Vietnam.
Well, okay. I don't want to accidentally be wrong. And
We fought the North
call us
Vietnam
out.
and the Viet Cong. The Viet Cong were
The Viet Cong were the more
a
prevalent.
communist guerrilla force in South Vietnam.
I'm
fostered
pretty
by
sure the
North
only
Vietnam
reason
and China.
I'm
I
pretty sure
think-
the only reason we were actually there is to keep the whole thing from just collapsing.
We wanted to make
Well-
sure that all of Vietnam didn't become communist, which
Yeah.
it did.
The spread
We
of
do a
communism
very good
was like the
job
big
at
thing
it.
that we didn't want to have happen.
Yeah, exactly.
So instead of just like, okay, you get this country and we get that country, you get this half of the country and we get this half of the country.
Right, no,
That
was-
was,
it was the
the
Monroe
ingenious solution after World War II, was cut every country in half.
and they already have one half of a country, Korea.
Hey, this is when
Yeah.
we were trying to like find allies. We're like, fuck, man, how are we gonna beat China?
Like,
and
man,
the
we could have just
Soviets?
been civil, like,
Jesus.
gotten along.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know, let's.
Anyways,
well,
I'm
that's
gonna come back to this. Forget the Monroe Doctrine for a while.
Alright.
Number two, he wanted one of his original ones in 2014 was to recognize the Armenian genocide, which is weird because why wouldn't you? We're the United States. We had no part in the Armenian genocide.
Yeah.
Countries like Turkey finally just recognized. Or no, wait. No, Germany just recognized the Armenian genocide in World War One, but Turkey, where the Armenian genocide actually happened, hasn't recognized it, and a lot of countries haven't recognized it.
What
Like
is
the
it?
United States hasn't. Great Britain, the Armenian genocide. Do you know what that is?
I don't think I do.
It's not really well known. At the end of World War One, right? The Ottoman Empire lost. They pretty much completely
broke them
got
apart.
destroyed. Nobody. They
They're
just
like
lost.
one of the
They lost a
longest
lot of
running-
guys, but they were a very unstable country at the time, and the country was kind of falling apart. And they were like, "I know what I need. I need a scapegoat." And they were like, "Who didn't participate in the war very much and is of a different religion than us?" Armenians. Armenians were Orthodox Christians. Turkey,
Oh
Ottoman
my
Empire
God, especially in the Middle
is
East, you're
most,
fucked.
exactly. And most of the Turkish Empire was Muslim, very
Right.
Muslim countries, and they picked them and they killed a shitload of them, and they moved a whole bunch of them into a different region.
Holy crap!
Yeah,
So, what was the point with the Armenian genocide on Obama again?
and he wanted in one of his original ones, campaign in 2008 or 2014, I'm not sure, was to recognize it, but he never did. He never actually recognized the Armenian genocide.
That's like the thing with the oil spill, how he went down there in person to go see it. I'm like, what good does that do?
Yeah.
You're getting fed this information. You want to believe it with your own eyes? Well, fucking, who's going to lie to you about
I
this?
really
Yeah,
don't know
exactly.
if that, Matt, that's like a thing of the past that, like,
It is, but
you
it's
recognize it or don't,
but
it
if-
doesn't change the fact that it happened.
the thing is though is that there were for the Ottoman Empire there were no consequences. Once the Armenian genocide happened, that was it. But the more countries that recognize it is the more likely that Turkey will actually have to pay reparations to the Armenian people.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I mean, it wasn't like a million. It was like a 3 or 4 million people.
Oh,
it was almost on the scale of. Well, it wasn't really on the scale of Hitler, but it was very close. And especially for World War I, that's a lot of people.
I have a quick question based with the reparations things.
Okay.
You know, Black Lives Matter. A lot of black people think that all white people owe them reparations.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, like, is that contextual too?
No.
I mean, well, like, do you believe every white person owes reparations? Because all my families, my whole tree, straight to Scotland.
Yeah. So
we didn't have slaves.
No.
My great-great-great-grandfather, he's a Maxwell. So had he not existed, had he died, I wouldn't exist today. He was like the last existing member of the family. Came to America during Civil War. And you know what happens when the Scotch-Irish came to America, especially in the North?
What happened?
Immediately drafted.
Oh, shit. Really?
You got immediately drafted. So, my family came to America fighting for black rights, and apparently I owe them reparations.
My German family, didn't even come over until 1890. So
yeah, after
I'm absolved. I wasn't even here.
Yeah, and that's like
my
one
Mexican
of the things.
family is Mexican.
Most of this, there's not even a lot of slave owner family lineages left that are straight up slave owner families.
They just live in trailer.
And a lot of a lot of white races were enslaved. The Irish and the Scottish were enslaved by the English. The English actually tried to commit genocide on them.
Yeah, they did.
They tried. Have you seen Braveheart?
Oh,
yeah.
We was
what
fucked up
What was
as
that
hell.
practice where they marry the wife? Or
Yeah,
they have sex with the wife.
they tried to breed the
Prima
Scot.
nocte.
They tried to actually get rid of them.
Gage, you're having a bit of prima nocte.
They tried genetically breeding out the Scottish.
When you have a wife, we're prima nocteing you. So you won't be able to go good.
Although, you know what's funny is
That's cool.
my family was a lowlands family in Scotland, and they all, for some reason, all the ones that went and bred with the English, went and left the because a lot of them betrayed in my family, all died out. All their lines are dead. So the Maxwell line that goes to me is straight Scottish. I was like, that's kind of that's coincidental. Zero English.
It's not.
I'm not English. I have more anything else but English in me. I'm Irish.
Makes for good finger pointer. You definitely.
But I don't like, man, people owe my family reparations for torturing them for hundreds of...
Fucking no.
No, so
you weren't there.
I don't hate black people, but the majority of them are
Nobody
whites.
is
I'm
alive
gonna
today.
say that.
Nobody is
I don't know
alive
about
today.
Let's get back to my problem. Let's get back to my...
Hey, Barack Obama's black.
He's half black.
Oh, shit, doesn't count then.
Count.
You're only a halfie. You know things about being a halfie, Will.
Doxing's okay.
Number
Barack
3.
Obama just got doxxed.
Number 3 on this.
We know where you live.
He didn't provide a path for citizenship for undocumented workers. He was supposed to, when his presidency came up, he was supposed to provide a path for illegal immigrants, basically, to become U.S. citizens. Mm-hmm. But he never ended up doing that. That's never going to happen.
Yeah,
it's a big one.
A lot of people wanted to do that.
Well, I think he made up for one thing. Shit hit the fan in was it Syria, and he brought in what was
I'm
it?
going to step out of the room for a minute.
Okay,
I got to take this. Yeah.
So I think he made up for that when he brought a lot of refugees into the country. He said, it's not quote, but it was like, hey, this is how much I can take. Send them in, and we'll put them through the proper procedures.
This
was
more for people who were here already. So, illegal immigrants from Mexico, that's what it was mostly for. Was for them to become citizens, because they'd already worked here and lived here.
Okay.
That's what it was for. It's not a general immigration thing. It's just you're already here, you already work here, you might as well become a citizen, pay taxes. It's that kind of thing.
So what fell through? It just didn't happen?
It just never happened. Never happened. Just never did it.
So that's just something.
I have 2 separate lists. I have one list of things that never happened, and I have another list of things that were stalled, he didn't do until now, because it's the end of his term, and he never had any intention of doing it until now. Mm-hmm. So I'll get on to number 4. Oh, that was number 4. No, that wasn't. Number 4, he wanted to, in his 2008 presidency specifically, he wanted to create a fund from all the tax revenue coming in from the oil spills and shit. He wanted to create a revenue from that to help create just like readiness for hurricanes and everything, and for natural spills and disasters. That was also one of his campaign things. He never did that. He basically just abandoned that whole idea.
Did he publicly announce these things?
Yeah, these are all publicly announced things that he wanted to do in any one of his candidacies, like his bids for candidacy.
You can look at any other president in the United States ever. The one thing that's going to make you either great or fail is your follow-through.
Exactly.
You don't announce things that may or may not happen. You announce things that are happening. Space race. It was happening as he was speaking about it. And it was like, okay, we're good. JFK, great president. I fucking love him.
Yeah, he went through with what he said. And Obama there are a few things he has done, and I didn't bring those in because that's not the point of this discussion.
Right.
But there are some that he actually did go through with. Like he, in the works, was helping prevent gun violence. That is in the works. There was a whole bunch of categories on this thing, and that's mainly what I was looking at. And the categories were pretty good. He... Mostly broken promises. That's what they were called. Mostly. There were 2 stalled ones. Should I wait for Morgan or should I keep going? We could just stop it right here, can't we, and just resume?
Yeah, so we're going to take a quick hiatus.
I don't want to leave Morgan out on these 2. He might like these 2.
All right, so we had a pause there.
Yeah, but...
I had a phone call, and then me and Phil had to use the bathroom.
Everything happened at once,
So... Okay, let's just wrap up Phil's topic.
Or
Will's topic.
Phil!
Fuck you, Will. Just go with it.
Fill us out, Will.
Okay, let's talk about all the ironies here, okay? Phil and Will are both half Mexican. Their names rhyme, and they're roughly the same height.
Popular problems, everyone. Naming the same thing without being, the same name. Having Will and Phil. Why the fuck are those names?
Completely different than Phil.
Sometimes I'll just say Fwill on accident when I'm referencing, like Fwill. Which one? I don't know either.
Both?
Whatever one of you is the intended target.
Yeah, you call them William and Phyllis.
So to wrap mine up, people hate Obama for the wrong reasons. I think you should at least hate him and be educated about why you hate him. Whether or not that's right or wrong, just know what you should hate him for.
You shouldn't just believe what everyone tells you. You should
always
look
it up. Mm-hmm.
You should come to your own conclusion, right?
Critical thinking.
That's how I came to this. I just did my own research. I had some friends my friend Andrew opened the idea to me, and I just started watching videos. I started reading up, and you got to form your own opinion. Don't let other people tell you what to think. That's just that's like a thing in just life itself, especially with Obama. I mean,
I feel like
be critical.
It's like that sign you always saw in grade school: "Those who stand for nothing fall for everything." Well, you should have a fucking stance on things. You should know what you believe and what you want to see. You should have morals. You should have a set thing that you do. You don't just go along with everyone else and everything will be hunky dory. That's just freeloading.
People have a nuanced opinion.
If ideas were taxed, those people would be broke as shit. Because they didn't have their own idea. They're like, you can't just copy off of mine.
Yeah.
So really, think of it that way.
I like to think that we stand for something, or like we're trying to.
I stand for the deliciousness of peanut butter M&Ms. It's the only
I
stance.
feel like we're standing for people.
When I came to you, Gage, before anyone else with the Anti-Elitist Society, I was mostly saying kind of make jokes and be funny about a lot of it, but it's also more rational thought.
We're trying to make people realize that what you are being bad about is not worth being bad about.
When you form an establishment on beliefs, right, you then indoctrinate people. And then you get that elitist mentality. That's where I got the whole anti-elitist thing. It's like, we're like the anti-establishment establishment.
Yes.
If we actually get kind of a following, people, even a small group of people, we're not going to say believe what we believe, do the research.
Please
do if you just say oh well my dad said, you're gonna sound like a fucking idiot to anyone. Oh, and your dad's a doctor?
Yeah, does your dad know a lot about? I don't fucking know your dad.
My stepdad my stepdad got a strep infection on his leg. A flesh eating strep infection. That is insanely rare. It's usually staph infections.
Shit, dude.
And like I was telling my brother, I'm like, it's a strep. He's like, no, it's a staph infection. He's like, that's impossible. I'm like, oh, call the fucking doctors and tell them it's impossible. You found it out. Here goes the Nobel Prize. Sky found something that was actually impossible. You fucking dumbass.
I feel like if there's any hint of a doubt at all, you shouldn't eliminate the impossible. You should just be like, okay, I will go and do this. And you're like, oh, you're right. What the fuck do you have to prove that you have to be right at everything? Fuck you guys, the people who think they're right all the time.
Yeah, fuck you, my family.
Jesus Christ, you can just admit you're wrong once or twice. What the hell does that do to you? If anything, it betters you. But we're leading on a little too much.
I'll give you that, Gage. You do admit you're wrong after you realize. Because sometimes you'll argue some of the weirdest points to me. I'm like, why are we even doing this?
Yeah,
you'll come back like a week later. I was like, I was thinking about it for like a whole week.
I'm a fucking
That was
idiot.
a stupid conversation we had.
I do that. It was so stupid. I have to give it to my brother though for that and years of doing that because we would argue about the most pointless shit.
Because like I'd like say something like I just talk about anything and Gabe just argue it. I'm like I wasn't even trying to create a debate. I was just talking. And like the next day Gage is like, I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, if someone made that point at me, I'd actually hit him. That was a dumb thing to say. I don't know why. So I'll give you that. You are like
I think
everyone likes to be right.
Everyone likes that feeling, yeah.
And everyone likes to think that they have the right mentality. Like, well, everyone thinks this, it must be right. I'm on the good side.
It doesn't always work.
Yeah, and you got to do the research.
Yeah. So, please, we're here we exist so we eliminate stupid people. So, and with that, let's go back to more stupid people. Which I believe Phil has a topic of lots of stupid people. And before we get started with that, let me just say I will not be talking about Jared Leto in the brief hiatus that we had.
I think we can
Jared.
Sum him up with Phil's thing.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, okay, so I'll bring him up.
Because Phil earlier before the episode said he wanted to talk a little bit about Suicide Squad.
Okay, so I'll play a segue into that. But what the real topic that I wanted to touch base on was the fact that people were wasting food and how people believe that it would help if you just ate it right there. Like, don't waste food, eat it right there. Like, well, okay, what good does it do? But, like we said, I will touch base on Jared Leto now, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
Okay. Recently, I've been told that Jared Leto's performance in Suicide Squad, if you have not watched it, this is not spoilers, this is a critic review, that it was not the best Joker in the world, and it does not come close to being anywhere close to Heath Ledger or Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson, sorry. Yeah, Jack. I'm sorry. I forget his name every time.
You got to give Jared Leto due credit, though. I mean, we watched it. Will hasn't seen it yet. So
I haven't seen it.
We'll try not to. I'm not going to tell you this. I'm just going to tell you. We're just going to talk about Jared Leto's acting.
Just say spoiler alert and I'll plug my ears.
No, but like, he did a good job. I actually enjoyed when he was on the screen. I mean, I'm not a critic, and I'm not any like definitive like voice in the movie industry, but it was by no means. I went in with a negative attitude, thinking he was going to suck. I'm going to hate Jared Leto. I don't like the way that. Like, no, he made it good.
He delivered. He did a really good job.
I enjoyed it because, the Joker isn't constant throughout the Batman comics. He has, what Matt Pat did a video on. There's 3 different types of Jokers in the comics, and those 3 were already covered by the 3 different movies, or the TV show, the Tim Burton movie, and then Christopher Nolan's movie.
Right.
Like, if you already got the main Joker, like you got it, like. Jared Leto had to go down a whole new path.
Oh yeah,
and I feel like he did I feel like he kind of went, because Heath Ledger's Joker was all about the chaos. Like he wanted to create chaos and people to question what order really is.
Yes.
Like he made the mentality be questioned. Like, is what Batman doing actually a good thing? Yes. He wasn't just straight up evil. He didn't I'm going to kill everyone. He's like, I'm going to give you people the chance to kill you people. I'm going to give you people the same chance to kill them too. It was true chaos.
So the biggest thing, sorry.
And then Jack Nicholson's Joker was a pure psychopath. He just bang bang, he just started out going out killing people.
Yeah,
and he joke he'd make public announcements. And in the original comics, when Joker started out, he was just a pure psychopath. He says, I'm going to go kill 12 people and then make this joke. And he went, killed 12 people and made the joke. And so, and then after the beginning of the Joker in the comics, there was like this huge law passed to make comics more kid friendly.
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
that was called the Silver Age of comics. And then Joker was literally just a prankster. He did funny gags, and that was it.
Oh no!
And that's the Joker in the TV series.
So,
now we don't want that Joker. And so when you got all three Jokers covered, and officially in the comics, Batman asked this all-knowing chair who the Joker was, and he found out there was 3 Jokers.
Oh wow!
There was 3.
Well,
so now we have the 4th. Like he had you can't.
I feel like this is going more into the Joker than I would have intended, but
Okay, no, I'm just like when you get the basis of like the Joker himself, Jared Leto had to go his own route, right?
He did, yeah.
You have these 3 options. You can either copy the 60s Batman, which no one wants a fun prankster in the new DC movies.
No.
You can copy Jack Nicholson, which was a stellar job.
Yeah.
Then you're just copying you're just profiting off already successful material. That's just a cheap grab for money, and it's not original. Same thing for Heath Ledger. And Heath Ledger died, so it makes it even more insensitive.
That's actually the problem that these critics had, which was that in every single Joker you look at, you are given no information whatsoever about what their plan is at all, and they remain this unpredictable entity that you can't really fight until you get up in their face and retaliate at that moment. In the Suicide Squad, it was predictable. What he did was not, albeit he was not the center of attention in this movie like the other ones portrayed, but what he did was not up to Joker standards according to critics. He wasn't this unpredictable psychopath.
Well, even in the comics and in the old cartoons, Joker was very loyal to Harley Quinn. Like, they actually loved each other, and he didn't want her to die. Like, the one person he cares about is Harley Quinn. And so they kind of gave what else would they have done with Joker? Like, what logically could they have done with the Joker except make him go after Harley Quinn? She was the only connection that he had to the Suicide Squad. Without him going for Harley Quinn, all you have is Joker meaninglessly running around shooting people, which he does, but out of context. In the other movies, it was in context because he was opposing Batman. He was trying to, Batman is predictable, so Joker had to be unpredictable.
He pretty much put Batman on the back burner.
But Joker was literally he wasn't trying to create mayhem. His goal was literally just to get Harley. That was it. He had a goal.
And that's what made him. That's why they didn't like it. Is because he had a goal. In any other thing, you don't see the goal to any of it. He was just like, okay.
But with a lot of the back end for like the backstory, I thought that it showed that he was still a pretty unpredictable guy. The one guy, he was like, "Do you want to be with Harley?" He's like, "I don't want any beef." He's like, "What? She's not attractive?" Pulls out a gun and shoots. That was pretty unpredictable. Like holy shit!
Okay, so I will. Sorry.
No. Yeah.
Well, I will say, and this is
you've hardly talked. So.
Well, this is a point that just came to my head just listening to you guys, and I wonder if I haven't looked at any reviews. I only looked at Jeremy Johns. He pretty much said it was a fun movie. My point being, I think that might be a criticism. I think the criticism of Jared Leto that I can see, or not just Jared Leto's portrayal, but just the Joker character in the movie in general. He didn't really need to be in the movie. The focus, luckily for me as a viewer, well, I was going to say, I guess all you needed him for was just backstory, just to show who Harley Quinn was, and that's all we needed Joker for. But he just kept on popping on and off again, and so when I look back, I can see I can see where that's just pointless. That's the Marvel Cinematic Universe's Easter eggs on steroids. It's on and off again. It's like, why do we need that? And like I said, for backstory, I can understand that, but for him,
I'll say you're right. We didn't really need the Joker because all that really did was just make Harley Quinn seem like the most important character in the movie.
Humanized her.
That's the other thing they didn't like.
She wasn't the only member
and we have a flashback for Harley Quinn because that's all we got. Pretty much, we got a few flashbacks for the other guys. We had one sorta for Captain Boomerang, a few for Deadshot.
None for Killer Croc.
Killer Croc's pretty straightforward though. He's just a maniacal man-eater. But it seems like, okay, well, we have a flashback for Harley Quinn, so it's gonna come into this somehow. No, so it didn't really translate over well. And we'd have a flashback for Harley Quinn and go straight into Deadshot or something.
Yeah. And
we had a lot of there was a lot of tension at the beginning between Deadshot and Rick Flag that never really paid off.
Well,
I felt
so going based off of the fact that it might have been a little too much, the Joker may have been just a little too much in there. That is another thing that the critics did not like. Hold on,
I'll say it didn't need to be It didn't need to be in there, but I liked it there.
Right, people loved it there. People loved seeing Jared Leto's the Joker, but the critics felt like it was. If you look at the movie in a straight line, you have beginning and end. And Joker is kind of this tangent just off to the side. They feel like it met kind of at a happy medium in between those two. Not focused directly on the show and not quite more on the Joker.
Yeah, because he didn't really have anything to do with the Enchantress.
No, nothing whatsoever.
Zero. And what I thought the movie was going to be was them going after the Joker, then the Enchantress, or something. I thought there was going to be multiple sections of the movie where they do multiple missions. I was like, that'd be kind of cool. It'd be a new take on movies.
It would be. But it didn't work out that way.
I'm still not saying that I loved the movie. I watched it and I was like, I'm going to get the Blu-ray copy and the DVD combo pack. And I'm going to get it because it's cool. I implore everyone to watch Suicide Squad.
Well, I will say this. If you do go watch it, it is a flood of stuff, and you should definitely watch it at least 3 times because I missed a lot.
The acting was phenomenal, I thought.
Yeah, I loved it.
They all did method acting. They all got into character the whole time, and they had to get a therapist to come get them out of it.
Oh, Margot. Oh my gosh, she did an amazing job as
Margot Ruby, I think is her name, right?
Ruby? No, something Margot. Or no, I don't know.
Margot. Her name is Margot.
Margot?
That's how you pronounce it.
G-O-T at the end.
Yeah.
Margot did a phenomenal job at Harley Quinn.
I loved Will Smith's Deadshot. Everyone
pulled it off.
A lot of people were all excited for Harley Quinn, and I understand, but Deadshot was my big character I was looking forward to. Because I've read Suicide Squad comics a little bit. I played the Arkham games with some Suicide Squad stuff on the side. It had there's a movie, Arkham Assault, Suicide Squad, something. And it was in the Arkham universe with the Batman games. And plus the Suicide Squad also showed up on the TV show Arrow. So I'm a big fan of Suicide Squad, and I'm like, Deadshot's a very important character in the Suicide Squad because he's one of the original members of that version of the Suicide Squad. Because there's 2 versions, and I don't want to get into it.
Right.
One of them was really the first version was really stupid. So they're it wasn't even about villains. It was just these people who were depressed, pretty much. It's but no, when they actually made what we now know as the Suicide Squad today with the villains, they had King Shark, Deadshot, Harley Quinn, some other guys. Can't remember all the names.
They had
I wish I almost wanted King Shark to be on just for them to be completely ridiculous.
That would have made
King Shark showed up on The Flash.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Holy
funny,
shit.
Yeah.
That must have been good.
The TV show. And it was funny.
Anyway, they felt like that's my problem with some of these critics is that they want to go based off of, for one, it's their own opinion, and they're never, ever... It's a hit or miss with them. Either they liked it or they found something wrong with it that they're just going to tear into.
One of the big problems is that, and DC doesn't have much of a choice in the matter.
No.
Is they're in a rush. Right?
Oh, yeah.
They're pumping out movies really fast.
They are.
I would rather it be a little bit slower. I like having multiple movies in a year. I hate watching one movie, waiting a whole fucking year for another movie. Like Marvel's we got Iron Man this year, Thor next year, then Captain America, then Avengers, then this, then this, then this, then this. 5 years later, then we get Infinity Wars. It's God
just kill me already. So like, I mean,
Yeah.
I like having it all come out. Like I love it's a kind of a love-hate thing. Like I like that it's coming out faster, but I also hate that I feel like it's being rushed and they're not taking time to really flesh out all the characters. And that's something Marvel did very well, was to make sure that the characters were established.
I think we have the same. We all have some of the same relationship. We really want it, but we also want it to be good. So
Yeah,
we're gonna wait.
But like, you know,
Yeah,
I just want that constant rush. You're like, yeah, kicking ass.
Mm-hmm.
I love it, but then it's like, but it could be better.
Yeah,
But I would rather, wait it out. And
yeah,
make it better.
pull a Breath of the Wild. Like, give it as much time as you need.
Do
to make
not
it
do
good.
that. I
Yes,
am enraged
please.
with Breath of the Wild. Zelda needed to come out 2 years ago.
No.
They
Did
had a
you
plan
know
for
when they-
2015. And
Yeah.
they're like, okay, it's going to be early 2016. Okay, well, it might be late 2017.
But you know what they did? They released it to beta testers, and they're just like, "Hey, it's coming out in a few weeks." They sent me back emails like, "No, it's not. Of how much a not game this is, we will wait."
I guess it is another one of those love-hate things where it's like, yeah, it's going to, like...
the people will
How much,
hate this.
Like, once you get the finished product, and it's like, well, let's add 2 years onto it. How much better can it really get?
I would rather watch a $16 movie in IMAX every single year other than buying a $60 game that I have to put up with.
Yeah.
I will say,
Because, like, what if Breath of the Wild sucks? Then they put in all that extra work for nothing.
Exactly. We'll wait for a good game. They just sent it out to people who
Like,
were
they
registered
should
to
have,
test
they should
it.
have, like, made like a smaller game just like it. Because they're like, A Link Between Worlds was their test game. Like, well, we wanted to make it non-linear. We wanted to make it a little more open. I'm like, you're not doing it nearly, like, you're not doing it on a, like, make Breath of the Wild. Like, make a small version of Breath of the Wild. Like, okay. Like,
Playable trailer,
make
maybe?
it, or make it
Well-
the size of, make it as big as Ocarina. So Ocarina
Well-
was a decent sized game.
well, I think that's what they have.
And then
the
like
demos.
okay, people either
Yeah.
A, want to go back to the old equation, or B, want to evolve with this new one, like, and then make the giant hit game.
That's what
Well-
they had with the demos, like Phil was saying.
Yeah, that's why they
Yeah,
have
but,
demos.
like-
I think they've caught on to like, we've been holding it off. We at least
Demos don't always work though. I
They
mean,
don't. No.
the ET game back on Atari that crashed.
Oh,
It had
yes.
all sorts of great reviews from the demo. I was like, oh, everyone's like, oh, it's so good. Spielberg himself even says, like, this is the next big hit. Biggest bust in gaming history.
Oh, man.
So you can't
real.
always trust the what?
For real.
Yeah.
Well, at least they call it a demo, so it's
Well,
like,
here's
okay,
the
you don't
thing.
know hate it or not, and they
Well-
get reviews back.
Well, here's the thing. Back then, they didn't even have game footage to release to the public. We had not just IGN, but everyone doing coverage on, like even YouTubers were at the E3 event playing Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. No, and everyone loved it. So
So
But-
I will say,
I mean, I don't
problem
want
with-
a good game. I want a great game with how
Oh, there
long
you
we've
go.
waited.
Yeah.
Like it better kick Skyrim in the nuts. Like
Probably should.
Like
Well,
Skyrim was an amazing game, right? Everyone loved it.
yeah.
I didn't play it too much. I got bored.
I got really bored of it really fast because there was nothing that was
Your
new.
brother, however, God, he went insane.
That's detracting from the point, but yes, he did
I
go
know.
insane.
I will
But,
say the
Your
problem.
brother's
with,
crazy. I don't
with
understand him sometimes.
the problem with the DC Cinematic Universe movies, I will say, is that they're all just unfocused messes. I will say, like some of these people that get behind them, they do. Like Zack Snyder, you can tell that he loves to do visual work. I mean, that's one thing I will give props to these movies. Visually, they are amazing visually, but like I said, my
Suicide
biggest-
Squad did a lot better visually, I'd say.
Yeah, but the problem
Just
with
because
Batman,
they stuck to practical effects as much as
practical
they could.
effects, and it
And only
knew
did
Wonder Woman-
CGI when they had to.
And I give that movie props. That it was at least focused. It at least knew what it wanted to be. It just wanted to be a fun movie about villains doing badass shit. Batman v Superman. It was just. I like to tell people, I compare it to the episode of The Office where everyone's just standing around. There's Michael Scott going, "Oh, there has been a murder. Oh, there's," and he just keeps on doing that throughout the whole episode.
You know, I
That's
think
what
one of the
Batman v
biggest
Superman was
problems
to me.
with Batman v Superman is they played it off as it's going to be Batman versus Superman, like the Dark Knight movies, or like the Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
Those animated films, those were good, but like they just went into all these other things, like if they would have named it differently, that would have been an improvement. Give it a different name. Batman, Superman, unite to the common enemy. You know, like
Batman v Superman segue to Wonder Woman and Doomsday. Something.
Yeah,
or just name it Batman and Superman Doomsday. There you go. Because we all know Doomsday was coming. They fucking teased him in a trailer. There we go.
They should make it a teaser like that. Just say Doomsday, Batman v Superman. That way I think, is it the Doomsday of Batman vs. Superman, or are they bringing in Doomsday? That would at least arouse suspicion and, like, everything else.
Yeah.
I don't care about
and
marketing.
then
I care about
it wouldn't have been
itself.
stupid to bring in Doomsday. It would have been like, oh, that's cool.
And then
there's
Wonder
a giant villain.
Wonder Woman would have just been like, what? And
So-
then actually would have a surprise.
But, like, if you're going to name the movie, at least make it contextual. Not a 5-minute fight scene.
We're talking like...
That's not Batman versus Superman. 5 minutes of, okay, Martha!
If you put verses in the title, we want some Tekken shit here. Okay, we want to fight.
We want a good reason for them to fight. I love how Nostalgia Critic and Angry Joe described, like, yeah, it's cool to see them fight, but this is not why we want to see them fight. Like Batman has at least has a reason to fight him.
Superman has no reason to hate Batman. Like, that's illegal. Really? Is flying out of the sky and punching a bunch of terrorists in the chest illegal?
I want to say that I am a fan of well-crafted reasons. Like in Civil War, the reason that Tony and everyone started getting into a fight was because this guy orchestrated this master plan of how he was going to get him, and then finally revealed the truth. And it was like, they're going to lose it. And
it did bring up a good point in, like, is vigilantism an okay thing to do? I supported Tony's idea. It's like, I supported Captain America as well, but, like, more, like, Tony had some good points. It's like, why are we the ones who decide what's right and wrong? Who decides what's good and bad?
As soon as he turned that around by showing him just that one video, I find well-orchestrated villainism to be one of my favorite forms of evil at all costs. And I think that Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg, did a pretty okay job of teasing Superman into fighting.
Seems like he just wanted to be the bad guy for the sake that is like, this looks fun. Really, I'd like to do this.
I thought it was very spiteful, but I still think the reason was like, oh, you also have like two people that we can manipulate. You'll come to one rescue, but you don't know where the other one's at. And
it was like they're trying to make him the Joker.
Yeah.
Well, here's one thing: is they play at the beginning. It's like, okay, so he just wants to make a weapon in defense against that's a good reason to want to like not kill Superman, but like have a backup. Like, okay, like at the beginning, I was like, okay, so I guess he just wants to, have a maneuver. Like, okay, well, a backup. But then, like, it just turns out like he just wanted to see them fight. Like, he for no reason wanted to see them fight.
He wanted to prove to the world that a man could defy a god. He was not a god.
There's just not a whole lot of reason. Like wow.
Yeah, Lex has no real reason to hate Superman.
Yeah, but like in like the cartoons and the comics, he used Superman as a means to gain power. Oh, look, Superman's doing this, but I'm doing this. I'm playing fair. He's not.
And it's like he created a contingency for his contingency.
Yeah.
If the fight didn't happen to work out, which it didn't, they ended up mutual, they had Doomsday to bring in and fucked the whole thing up. And so all together was just
unfocused mess.
I'd say garbage, but I was entertained at times,
Yeah, I love Ben Affleck as Batman.
God,
I am looking forward to the Ben Affleck directed Batman movie.
Like if Pulp Fiction was that mangled, Pulp Fiction doesn't have visuals to rely on, so I'd just be like, garbage fucking film. This movie sucks dick. But, I mean, again, obviously Pulp Fiction is good for all its reasons that everyone knows. But I'm just saying, like, those, like, Quentin Tarantino's films are not based on visual effects, except for Kill Bill. But, like, it's based on story. So if his movies were just jumbled...
Red?
What?
Kill Bill? Yeah, red visual effects, got it.
Well, like visual effects isn't like things just going on, like things happening.
Okay, yeah.
Like in Pulp Fiction, the most exciting thing to happen was bang, 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 bang. Like they lift their hands and shoot their guns, and that's it. Like they're not like choreographing a fight.
No.
Yeah. I mean, there was almost a rape scene.
Oh, shut up, Zach. God.
Anyway,
Yeah, is
I
that
feel
your
like
favorite
we've,
scene, Will?
That is
When he
my
opens the
personal
door and
favorite.
sees when you see Marcel Wallace getting anal, you're just like, that is me. I
The
want
only
that
thing
in life.
I liked more in that movie was in the very beginning when they were like, you know what they call a cheeseburger in Europe? What? Royale with cheese.
That is the best part of the film.
Awesome.
That is hands down the best part.
What?
They're talking about
You know why
absolutely
they call it a Royale with cheese? I don't know. The
metric system.
Oh, got some
Look at the
smart-
big brains on this one.
Yeah,
You are
exactly.
smart motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's right. The metric system.
That is like
This is getting a little long in the
Okay.
tooth.
All
so
right.
anyway,
let's-
point being, my thing with DC, it's like DC and Warner Brothers, guys, just fucking step back and just take it fucking slow. If you want to make all these movies, but you want to cram so many stories into one movie just to only have it be a boring mess, like, fuck that noise, dude. Like, give us good entertainment because it's going to catch up to you.
You know what? I
Yeah,
think
well-
we should call Phil's segments in all of our shows the movie minute with Phil.
Well, that's a little unfair. He does. It is going to be.
No,
his
we were talking
profession,
about having
hopefully.
his thing be he brings in movie stuff.
That's not actually a bad idea.
Yeah, I don't.
It's
I don't.
not-
Do,
no,
I,
no.
I'll talk.
Behind the
I talk
scenes.
about visual medium all day. Sometimes I'll do it. Forever.
Sure,
I
yeah.
love watching movies. That's my thing.
As a kicker or something like that, though, we just want to make. Hopefully, it'll someday be his profession. He's just kind of. He's really obsessed with. He's really into it. So we
Yeah,
have
no.
to
I
respect
thought
that
the
idea.
movie minute would be kind of funny name to call it. Like,
That would be
and now
fun.
onto the movie
Just to-
minute with
just-
Phil, whatever his last name is.
Phil Bar.
Phil B. Phil
Phil.
B. Yeah,
Phil Bar.
something with a B, I think.
Who cares?
But
It's Mexican.
yeah.
Hey,
And me and Phil and I have taled about this. Oh wow, I was a elitist
And
right there.
Phil. That was super grandma Nazi right there.
Yeah, it was. Jesus, I was a little elitist.
I hurt
myself.
my head for a second.
But,
I was like,
Phil and I have
Phil
talked
and
about
I.
this. Phil and I have talked about this on and off for what has it been like? It's been like almost a month now, huh?
About which one? The executives?
Just the fact that they aren't making good films. It's been like a few weeks.
Oh, just like
It
the art
has.
style itself is almost just gone.
Really,
Yes.
it's just, and he's right when they say that these films are just images now with almost no plot thought out and
Well,
not
it's just-
really no thought put into them at all.
Almost just nonstop action or nonstop
Yeah.
funnies.
Right? Yeah, like Mike and Dave need wedding day. It's just a film.
Yeah, it's just to do funny gags the whole time. It's
I'm-
almost like Adam Sandler owns the movie industry, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
shit.
Oh yeah, that's a
But like
huge
that,
burn,
like-
man.
A lot of like good. I mean, there are a few good films that come out. Like Mad Max was amazing. It was different. Like it
It was
wasn't
very-
just.
Mad Max.
Mad
Force
Max.
Awakens, my
Yeah.
favorite Star Wars
I'd
movie.
say I don't know. Force Awakens almost seemed like an intentional money grab.
Definitely had a.
You know,
lot of
once
thought
the
into
whole,
it.
once the whole, I'm not going to get
There
a
was
final
passion
opinion
into it.
on any of the Star Wars movies until they get all the
Yeah.
the spin-offs and all of the main series off again.
Yeah.
So you know, we can look at the whole thing as a whole because. I mean, right now it just seems like they were just trying to rip off A New Hope with Force Awakens. To me, that's my opinion. There's a lot of narratives that happen almost exactly the same.
I feel it was very.
I'm like,
similar.
okay, here's a scene from A New Hope. Here's a scene from A New Hope. Here's a scene from A New Hope. Oh, the old mentor your mentor you met a couple days ago just got stabbed
Yeah, but
True.
by a guy with a red lightsaber who's dressed like Darth Vader. Oh my god!
Yeah,
Darth Vader comes
dude.
back.
And no,
Yeah,
that
I
happened.
acknowledge.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I acknowledge. Well, not to deep dive.
That's what I'm
too
saying.
deep.
I want to wait till we can get a full picture because they might just like, okay, see, like it could be them just reaching for money, or it could be them just acknowledging the source material.
Acknowledging the source material. That was my point when I was bringing
Yeah.
it up.
And
Yeah.
don't just fill whatever you want into the gaps. Make something legitimate.
But I mean, I love the art style. Just feels like it's gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the new Jason Bourne movie came out. I haven't
Yeah.
seen it yet. I want to.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Bourne movies were made almost to be critical of action movies because like they do all these inhuman things, and Jason Bourne's just a normal guy, you know, who is just really trained.
I feel like it was the action movie that had a storyline plot and it
Yeah,
gets
it
a
has
lot
a
of
good
underrated.
narrative to it.
It has a lot of
But
underrated
it's
stuff in
like-
that.
You know, Avatar was an obvious cash grab. It was honestly,
Yeah.
well, James Cameron even admitted that he was just trying. He was trying to invent new filmmaking techniques.
And going off the Force Awakens and New Hope, the thing is like Pocahontas dances with wolves.
Yeah, no, it's
and
literally
Last
just
Samurai.
it's just all of those movies in space.
Yeah,
Pocahontas in space.
Yeah, exactly. Even if I was a
Dances
kid,
with wolves.
even if I was a kid who
Space.
never saw neither one as a kid, I watched Avatar first, like, oh my gosh, this is so sci-fi. But if I was to watch Pocahontas afterward, I would like Pocahontas more because that narrative,
Well, like, you don't watch Pocahontas and be like, God, this is ripping off Pocahontas.
yeah, exactly.
You don't watch Dances with Wolves and be like, God, this is ripping off Dances with Wolves.
What is there a new Pocahontas movie?
No, we're talking
No,
about
no,
Disney
no, no,
ones.
it's just
Like
like,
the old Disney one?
yeah.
Beauty and the Trail of Tears.
Ah.
Oh,
Sorry about that. That was very bad.
yeah, I don't know. But, like, a lot of movies just kind of come out. Comedy movies, like, name one comedy movie that you watched last year at theaters and you're just like, this is going to be a legend forever.
Fuck no.
No, they just kind of come out, you laugh, and then the next one comes out.
I'm
call
looking
it- if
forward
you-
to Sausage Party though.
That
I think that will
Seth
actually be
Rogen
really
does a
good.
pretty good job at making his movies stand out.
I think it's gonna be good, though,
Everyone's
just
going to
because it's
remember
animated.
Pineapple Express. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I can't think of a movie that's animated though that's as
Seth Rogen himself.
comedy oriented and as raunchy as I think it's gonna be.
Seth Rogen,
But not
I respect him because he really seems to respect movies as an art style still. And, like, he just
like
makes
it,
this
yeah.
raunchy...
And that's under Sony. I'm
Yeah.
very surprised. I hate Sony.
But, like, he's one of the few people that really treat movie making as an art style.
We're sorry, Sony. Please sponsor us.
Ridley Scott, I
Sony,
support
I'll
his
fuck
work.
you from behind.
Give us 4 mics.
Ridley Scott is a really good movie maker. He made Prometheus. He made the original Alien movie.
Oh, yeah.
He's making another Prometheus movie. He's been working on it for a long time. I'm
Good.
excited
You
for
wanted
that.
something that wasn't
Prometheus
freaky
was a
as fuck.
good movie because not only was it a prequel, so it was already in the universe of Aliens, but it didn't rely on the success of Aliens. It was its own fucking thing.
It brought a lot of backstory into what these things actually are, but I want to say that movie was freaky.
Honestly, Prometheus, like the existence of the old Aliens movie, like every time it referenced aliens, it didn't make it seem better, right? Like it wasn't like the existence of aliens didn't make Prometheus better.
No.
Prometheus makes aliens better because now there's more context to the original series. Like, oh, well, that explains this, this, and this. Because in the first Alien movie, you saw one of the engineer aliens sitting in the ship just dead. Never explained it. Never explained where the facehuggers came from. Never explained shit. Then you watch Prometheus, and you're like, boom, game changer.
This is what happened, and you just
And
you know a lot
one of the
stuff.
biggest things, I think most people know by now, but the moon they were on in Prometheus was not the same moon that they were on in Alien and Aliens.
Right, it was not.
They were on LV-423 in Prometheus. LV-223 in Prometheus. LV-426 in the original series.
Right, they're two different moon planets with like Earth size, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
it
LV-223 was less habitable.
Yeah, and so how these things got around, we'll probably receive more of that in the next.
But man,
Prometheus.
no, Aliens is one of my favorite movies. The second movie by James Cameron.
That's,
I love
The first one is really good by Ridley
I love
Scott.
the first one.
First one is by no means bad. It's amazing. But then like that's one of the few movies where like you get this really awesome first movie and it was amazing, and then like the second movie just like blows it out of the wall, like blows the whole thing, like boom, like oh my god.
If you watch it in succession, I like to think that the first one really sets the scene for the aliens and the fact that this is one xenomorph
Now,
that's
imagine
killed off
thousands.
Yeah, one thing can hide away, smart enough to take things out sequentially, and you bring all of its friends with it, come packing in. Holy shit! It's a fucking great movie.
The original Alien series is the first two movies at least are.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
Yeah.
the third one.
Okay,
is-
the third one's garbage.
I didn't like it at all.
I'll say that it sucks. Although Alien Resurrection, I thought it's entertaining. I've watched it like a couple times.
I've not seen that one actually.
It's pretty good. It's not bad. It's a little cheesy, but it's
Okay.
like kind of on the nose. But like it's like whatever. The characters are mildly
I
interesting.
won't hold my breath.
It has good references. The stakes are kind of high, and it's a little it wasn't. Alien 3 is like okay, well let's just try to make it as good as the first Alien.
Let's cop out.
well,
and then
they were
Alien
supposed-
Resurrection kind of went its own way. I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
like,
you got to give
fucking-
him kudos.
Like fucking Alien 3, I heard was I haven't seen it, but I pretty much know that's pretty much about them coming to Earth. It's like
No.
how can it's not.
No.
That's
They're
what the
landing on
trailer
a
did.
penal colony planet, I think.
Yeah, it looked like they were coming back to Earth, but it was actually
like
a prison
like they
planet.
were prisoners, but they were like pacifists. Like they wanted better lives away from society.
Right.
So
So they
I
were,
can't
like,
remember. I gotta
offered-
watch it. It's been so long. But
Let's not waste an hour.
they weren't
and a
like
half.
prisoners, like because if they were
They
like
are.
traditional prisoners, be like, there's a woman, let's get her. They
Yeah,
weren't like that.
right,
They were
right,
like
right.
I think they were mostly civil. I can't remember.
Some of them had some bad habits, but it was still like, hey, you work for your living now, so.
And
They
then
really had no
let's not
choice.
even let's just cut this off because we're about to lead into Predator. That's the inevitable outcome of talking about Alien.
Right, and we're working
I
on.
will say-
God, Predator.
Okay,
so
and I
good.
will wrap up my topic by
summary.
saying
One summary.
Huh?
One summary.
What's up?
Just
Summary
wrap it up.
sentence.
Yours.
Summary
Wrap it up.
sen-
20 words or less.
Yeah.
Okay, summary. I guess crap.
You're halfway there, man.
Counting. Bubba lubba dub dub.
That was a One Punch Man reference.
Shit. Yeah. So,
I was gonna say real quick. So talking about the art style gone from like mainstream movies nowadays. Like, don't get me wrong. There's like foreign films that are good. There's indie movies that are awesome. I love Her. I guess it was distributed by Warner Brothers. But point being, it's like executives, especially with these reboots and remakes, dude. Like, the name can only sell itself forever. People are gonna catch on. In fact, overseas.
oh yeah.
Like overseas, right
Absolutely.
now the overseas money may be making up some of that money, but I guess even Ghostbusters, the new one, is not catching on. So it's like, guys, they're going
Okay,
to
let's save
catch
Ghostbusters
on.
for next week.
All right,
Tune in to Ghostbusters next week, only on Chopping Block.
People who are higher up in the food chain of the movie industry, please get your shit together. We don't want just bland things.
I mean, Quentin Tarantino,
I
he listens to
know.
his fans.
We're done with it.
Let's go on to
You're gonna
Gage's
go right back
thing.
into it.
Let's-
Don't do it.
You know, man, do we want to touch base on my? I'm good, really. We talked
We
for
gonna
an
cover it?
hour and a half.
Oh, yeah, no, we better stop.
So
Yeah,
I
it's like,
feel like
fuck.
so. I'll just give a little insight of what I was thinking. Is that
You could give a teaser to the next time.
right? So when people, this goes based on the world problems of what Phil or Will. Sorry, I did that one now.
Phil?
What Will
Phil,
and
yeah.
Morgan were
Oh,
kind
Phil
of
did
talking
the
about.
problem.
I feel like are some really big world issues. Movies aren't necessarily world issues, but hey, we love them. But it's the fact that people seem to think that if you eat your food, like say you go to throw away like half of an apple, some person's going to come up to you and say, hey, you're wasting food. People are starving in Africa. And the teaser I'll bring up to you is, okay, you pay to preserve this food and ship it all the way to Africa while trying to get it to that specific person or if anybody in Africa, and still under your bill, making sure that it doesn't rot so they can have it, and I know that I did something good. And with that, I'm just going to leave it right there. You guys, this is a question for everyone.
Okay, sorry. With the whole wasting food, it's like when I cook food, it's either I'm gonna eat it and it's gonna end up as a pile of shit in the sewers, or I'm gonna throw it away and it's gonna end up as a pile of jumbled shit in the ocean. So what does it matter, right?
And it's just a question that I pose to all of you. And I'm just going to bring that up next time. So with that,
And with that, is the chopping block.
Go fuck yourself.
go fuck yourself.
And
Go
I'm
fuck
better
yourself.
than you.
We are better than
We
you.
are.
That is a statement. That is a fact.
I think it's
Problem.
true now, especially for what we
always
covered
been true.
today.
All right.
Since I was born.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.